Hallo, Lu.
Hallo. Hallo, Stefan. Hallo, Stefan, wie geht's?
No.
Hey. Hola, buenas tardes. Good afternoon, everyone. This activity is a presentation of the European Master in Lexicography will take place in two languages, in some parts in Spanish and some parts in English. I checked that everybody more or less understands Spanish, English, but we wanted to be sure. So I will briefly present this activity. Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a este acto de presentación del European Master in Lexicography, un programa de máster Erasmus Mundus de la Unión Europea que cuenta con un consorcio de 8 universidades europeas y 8 más que son miembros asociados tanto europeos como extracomunitarios, entre los que se encuentra esta universidad, la Pontificia Universidad Católica de Valparaíso, que es el único miembro de Latinoamérica. Antes de comenzar, lamentamos informar que nuestro querido Luque Akinremi no ha podido venir, pero está online y lo saludamos muy afectuosamente. Él es ex estudiante de máster e intervendrá después para dar la perspectiva del estudiante, que era muy importante. Muchas gracias a todas y a todos por su asistencia y a continuación nos dará la bienvenida la profesora Sabela Fernández Silva, que como todos sabéis también forma parte del ILCL. I'm going to briefly translate this in English. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to this presentation of the European Master in Lexicography, an Erasmus Mundus Masters program of the European Union. This program comprises a consortium of 8 European universities and 8 associate members, both European and non-European, including the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Valparaíso, the only associate member from South America. Before we begin, we regret to inform that Luque Akinremi is not with us, but we will be online. And thank you all for your attendance. We will now be welcomed by Professor Sabela Fernández Silva from this Institute of Literatura and Ciencias del Lenguaje. Sabela, go on.
Thank you, Irene. Good afternoon to the Director of the Institute of Literature and Language Science. Good afternoon and welcome to the EMLEX members that have come all the way to Chile to participate in the activities. And then I prepare my presentation in Spanish, so I'm going to switch to Spanish. Buenas tardes entonces a todos, estudiantes y público presente. Esta charla es la primera de una serie de actividades que hemos organizado conjuntamente el European Master of Lexicography, el Máster Europeo de Lexicografía y el Instituto de Literatura y Ciencias del Lenguaje de la PUC, que es miembro asociado de este magíster desde el año 2020. Esta es sin duda una actividad central del programa de actividades, ya que tiene por objetivo presentar EMLEX en Chile y en Sudamérica por primera vez. Agradecemos especialmente a la delegación de profesores y estudiantes del programa que hayan venido hasta Chile para participar de las distintas actividades y promocionar el programa entre posibles interesados e interesadas, estudiantes de último año, sobre todo, recién egresados y egresadas, de disciplinas relacionadas con el lenguaje, profesores de castellano, profesores de inglés, traductores, intérpretes, que estén interesados por la lexicografía y el arte de hacer y de estudiar diccionarios. EMLEX, como explicarán mejor sus directores más adelante, es un programa de magíster internacional que se imparte desde el año 2009 y reúne a un consorcio de 8 universidades europeas, como dijo Irene, de Francia, Alemania, Georgia, Hungría, Italia, Portugal y España. Lo que convierte al EMLEX en un programa realmente atractivo es su aproximación interdisciplinaria e internacional a la lexicografía, su formación rigurosa en las distintas teorías de la lexicografía y su clara vinculación con la aplicación práctica de la elaboración de diccionarios, ya que el programa contempla prácticas profesionales. Y sobre todo, como habrán podido ver por los presentes, por los miembros presentes, tiene un marcado carácter internacional. Reúne a estudiantes de todo el mundo, literalmente todo el mundo, de Rusia, de Nigeria, de Marruecos, etcétera, y especialistas de prestigio en el campo de la lexicografía. Esperamos, por tanto, que con esta charla se animen los estudiantes chilenos y los otros estudiantes de Latinoamérica, entre quienes hemos difundido la charla, para cursar estudios de posgrado que estén interesados en cursar estudios de posgrado en campos relacionados con los idiomas, a que consideren la posibilidad de postularse a este programa, que, como verán, es realmente atractivo para ustedes. Muchas gracias.
We now pass the floor to Professor Pedro Alfaro, who is I love him very much, I have to say, and I miss him. I miss you very much, Pedro. He is the director of the Instituto de Literatura y Ciencias del Lenguaje. Go ahead, Pedro.
Gracias, Irene. Bueno, tengo que hablar en nombre del instituto. Primero, agradecer a todos nuestros invitados, también a Sabela, por el esfuerzo en la organización de un evento como este. Este año el instituto cumple 50 años. Creo que y es un año de muchos hitos, y este sin duda es uno de ellos, porque denota nuestros esfuerzos por la internacionalización que ha tenido que para un país como Chile es muy relevante, para una universidad como esta, que dentro de Chile es grande, pero respecto al mundo es pequeña, pero con esfuerzos por la internacionalización, con profesoras extranjeras, profesores extranjeros, profesores chilenos que se han formado en diferentes momentos de su carrera en el extranjero. Esto es un esfuerzo, ¿no? Un esfuerzo que tienen las instituciones por investigar con una perspectiva más global, pero también darle una perspectiva más global a nuestros propios estudiantes. Y creo, insisto, que para el instituto esto es como una demostración de aquello, ¿no? Es un efecto que se vuelve causa de efectos posteriores de este esfuerzo por abrirnos y traer ideas que nosotros no tenemos, y también nos genera a nosotros la pregunta de cuáles son esas ideas que nosotros desde Valparaíso, Chile, desde Sudamérica, podemos aportar particularmente a los estudios del lenguaje y del léxico. De hecho, para el mensaje que yo daría a nuestros queridos estudiantes que pudieran participar de un programa como este, es que podemos mirar desde lo que algunos llaman periferia de las lenguas, a pesar de que no somos una periferia, ¿no? En Latinoamérica estamos más del 90% de los hablantes del español. Aún así, en los textos lexicográficos es como si hubiera un centro que no está marcado, y todo lo que es chileno, argentino, se marca, ¿no? Te dicen, es chileno porque eres periferia. Esa visión crítica nosotros la podemos aportar desde acá. Y un poco agradecemos, ¿no? Yo mismo estudié en España, ¿no? Uno agradece la formación, ¿no? de programas en otra etapa de desarrollo, pero al mismo tiempo eso nos motiva y nos lleva a contribuir, ¿no? Desde esa perspectiva, y también desde nuestro propio conocimiento, desde nuestras propias epistemologías respecto del conocimiento del lenguaje. Como digo, esto es una oportunidad entonces de nuestra internacionalización, pero de no solo lo que viene, sino también todo lo que nosotros podemos y queremos entregar. Así que bueno, eso. Muchas gracias a todos por estar acá, gracias por el interés en la universidad y en el instituto. Y tengo que irme pronto porque estoy en medio de una clase de doctorado y dejé a mis estudiantes tomando café. Bueno, pero muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you, Pedro. Next, Professor Víctor Millet from the University of Santiago de Compostela, where the program is currently directed, will give a general presentation of the master's program. Thank you, Víctor.
Muchas gracias. Puedes ya si quieres. Bien, yo voy a hacer mi presentación en español, voy a hacer un outline del máster. Algunas de las cosas ya las han dicho mis compañeras, pero creo que vamos a profundizar un poco porque hay algún aspecto ahí que creo que es interesante ver para reconocer los valores del máster. Voy a empezar por la lexicografía y no voy a extenderme en ello, es decir, voy a hablar de los contenidos primero y luego de la forma, es decir, del formato que tiene el máster, que tiene mucho que ver con su particularidad y su interés. Pero obviamente el primer interés que tiene es en qué formamos, ¿no? Formamos obviamente en lexicografía. Lexicografía quizás es un término que está ahora un poco a la defensiva, ¿no? con tanta inteligencia artificial, pero que obviamente la lexicografía tiene que estar detrás de nuestras inteligencias artificiales, es decir, necesitamos a lexicógrafos que puedan estar también detrás. Entonces, formamos obviamente en lexicografía, su teoría, su práctica, tipología, usuarios, sistemas, pero también formamos en lo que son humanidades digitales, por tanto, en el desarrollo de herramientas y de recursos para el análisis lingüístico y sus aplicaciones. Tenemos incluso algunos módulos de formación tecnológica, un poquito de programación, un poquito de análisis estadístico. Es decir, obviamente no es un máster de informática, obviamente no lo es, pero ustedes saben que el dominio de las herramientas pues, es cada vez más interesante, complementa y además ya nadie hace diccionarios con fichas, ¿no? Sino ahora todos trabajamos con bases de datos y con grandes corpus de esto. Y obviamente también formamos en lo que pueden ser las aplicaciones de estas tecnologías, digitales, las usabilidades, es decir, reflexionamos sobre la lexicografía y sus usos, ¿no? Esto repite un poco lo mismo de otra forma, es decir, formamos en competencias multidisciplinares, también necesitamos entender las herramientas de NLP, que es programación del lenguaje natural, los fundamentos de lexicografía, modelado de datos. Naturalmente necesitamos aprender y entender cómo funcionan los modelos largos de lenguaje, ¿no? Los LLMs que están detrás de las llamadas inteligencias artificiales, cómo funciona la traducción automática, quién está detrás, quién entrena, cómo se trabaja. Todo esto que es muy actual requiere de personas también formadas no solamente tecnológicamente, sino también lingüísticamente, más lingüísticamente que tecnológicamente. Análisis estadísticos, tipos de usuario, investigación en uso de diccionarios y de sus tecnologías, es decir, todo el entramado, toda la perspectiva amplia que eso conlleva. Creo que todo eso forma este programa de magíster de Maíz. No magíster, nosotros decimos máster, pero voy a intentar decir magíster. Y luego está, naturalmente, la parte más más cultural o intercultural, ¿no? Es un máster multilingüe, igual que lo son cada vez más nuestras sociedades, multilingües y multiculturales, y por tanto trabajamos también los trasfondos de diversidad social y cultural, una lexicografía no tanto académica, sino más pensada en el ciudadano y en sus usos, identificar nichos de mercado, crear redes de empleo y, naturalmente, sensibilizar por la calidad y las nuevas necesidades, ¿no? Pero que siempre tengan una base de control de calidad. Esto es lo que formamos. Esto en sí supongo que debería ser suficientemente interesante. Pero yo creo que este máster tiene otro aspecto, que es un aspecto formal, es el aspecto de su desarrollo, y el aspecto que también mencionaron Sabela e Irene en sus comentarios, que es este aspecto internacional. Es un máster, como se ha dicho, un máster conjunto, ¿no? Conjunto ya es un magíster conjunto, ya es algo sorprendente en la mayoría de los países, sobre todo fuera de Europa, porque normalmente los títulos son de una universidad, ¿no? Pues aquí no. Aquí sí, este máster forma parte de todo un esfuerzo de la Unión Europea en crear títulos conjuntos, en fomentar que diversas universidades de distintos países dentro del espacio europeo trabajen juntas en el mismo diploma, en la misma titulación, porque eso acerca a las universidades y porque hay unas complejidades internas que son bastante considerables. Bien. 8 universidades forman el consorcio básico: Roma, Tbilisi, Georgia, Universidad del Niño en Portugal, Erlangen, Hildesheim, Santiago de Compostela, Université de Lorient en Nancy y la Universidad de la Iglesia Reformada de Budapest. Y luego hay, como se dijo también, una serie de universidades o institutos de investigación que son los miembros asociados, que son universidades que forman parte indirecta del consorcio y tienen, bueno, pues el privilegio, pues, de tener una relación más intensa en el intercambio, en las visitas, en las presencias, en las reuniones y en las capacidades de investigación. Luego también tenemos centros de práctica y, como se ha dicho también, este máster conjunto, este esfuerzo de tantas universidades tiene mayor capacidad de encontrar centros de prácticas, pero también de atraer profesorado de distintos sitios y aglutinar conocimiento en un único programa que normalmente pues los programas viven con el profesorado que hay, ¿no? Y en este caso no, en este caso aglutina conocimientos y expertos de distintas universidades, y eso es una de las grandes cosas de este programa. Consecuentemente, también el diploma que será hecho, es un fake, o sea, el formato es exacto, pero este señor, que soy yo, no tiene ese título, ¿vale? Eso es un fake. Pero este es el diploma, y ustedes ven, pues es un diploma de las 8 universidades. Debajo estarían las firmas de los rectores y los sellos de las universidades. Realmente es un esfuerzo, conseguir eso es un esfuerzo enorme, legal, jurídico, administrativo, que figuren estas 8 universidades ahí. En la práctica eso no, o sea, el título vale igual, no vale por 8, vale por 1. Pero ya denota una amplitud, una internacionalidad, una movilidad que no denota un título exclusivo de una universidad. Y correspondientemente, como también se ha dicho, este programa atrae en buena parte, pero no solo gracias a su programa de becas, alumnos de muchos países. Y aquí están solo representados los países de los últimos 2 años. No de los últimos 12 o 15 años, porque son los datos que rápidamente tenía acceso y ya me bastaba. Pero hay muchos más países que están presentes. Son países europeos, pero son también muchos países no europeos. Y sí, quisiera llamar la atención de que en esta lista falta todo el cono sur, falta Chile y falta Argentina. Falta Chile, ¿no? Quiero decir, Chile como un país con una tradición académica seria y larga, Chile no es Ecuador, no es Colombia, en términos de sistema universitario, ¿no? En términos de tradición académica, con todos los respetos, obviamente, por los demás países que están recuperándose muy bien, pero Chile yo creo que también debería estar y por eso estamos aquí. Más cosas, y ahora vamos ya más concretamente al formato. Este magister, tiene una duración de 2 años, que significa 4 semestres. Y ahí está una de sus particularidades. Porque los alumnos, porque claro, uno dirá, ¿cómo funciona eso de un magíster común? ¿No? Pues funciona moviendo a los alumnos no en 8 universidades, pero sí en unas pocas. Los alumnos entran por las 8 universidades. Cada uno tiene una universidad que llamamos de acceso o llamamos home university. Universidad, digamos, por la que entran, por la que acceden. Ese acceso para los alumnos becados es un reparto, para los alumnos no becados pueden tener sus prioridades, pero se procura establecer un reparto. Entonces, se reparten los alumnos entre 8 universidades y cursan allí el primer semestre, en los que se adquieren fundamentos de lexicografías, de los cursos básicos. Estamos aquí también un poco de informática, también un poco de competencias lingüísticas. Este es el primer semestre en su universidad de casa. Y ahora viene el punto interesante, y es que en el segundo semestre, es decir, en la primavera del hemisferio norte del primer curso, todos los alumnos y las alumnas van a una única universidad de este consorcio. Y esta universidad va cambiando todos los años. Este año le toca Nancy, el año que viene va a ser Roma, ¿no? Si no me he equivocado, y después será cada año va rotando, va y viene una universidad. Pero todos los alumnos se encuentran, todos los alumnos que han estado haciendo el mismo programa, pero en otras universidades, se encuentran allí. Y ahí también viajan muchos docentes de estas otras universidades e imparten algunos de los módulos, ¿no? Con lo cual, este semestre es realmente el más internacional, donde todos los alumnos de un programa multinacional, muy disperso, se encuentran. Probablemente la mayoría hoy en día ya se habrán comunicado y habrán generado grupos de WhatsApp o de Instagram o lo que sea, y ya tendrán referencias unos de otros, probablemente. Pero aquí se conocen, ¿no? Y conviven y estudian juntos, etc. El tercer semestre es el semestre un poco más diverso, porque pueden regresar a su universidad de acceso si les interesa, pueden ir a una tercera universidad de estudiar, pueden combinar un periodo de universidad con una estancia en un tercer país o un cuarto país para las prácticas académicas, porque si el centro de prácticas está pues en Alemania, pero yo en este semestre tengo que estar en Portugal, bueno, pues tendré que ir a Alemania a realizar 2 meses estas prácticas. Es el semestre un poco más donde todo el mundo vuelve a desperdigarse o a coincidir en otros sitios para al final, lo he intentado representar un poco con los colores, para al final regresar. He puesto, por ejemplo, que yo soy en Santiago de Compostela, nada más, por ejemplo, en todo caso a su propia universidad, su universidad de acceso, donde ya pasará el último semestre para realizar el trabajo en fin. Entonces, con ese itinerario, obviamente, ningún alumno visita las 8 universidades. inglés, ¿no? Pero sí visita como mínimo tres, que ya está bastante bien para un programa de 4 semestres, y conoce de esta manera sistemas académicos, sistemas de docencia, y sobre todo también con la movilidad de profesores, maneras de impartir clases, maneras de enfocar y evidentemente contenidos que raramente se encuentran en un único programa. ¿A quién va destinado? También se ha comentado, pero lo voy a repetir. Básicamente a todos los que tengan un diploma superior, una licenciatura o un grado, como se llame, en una área de estas, de aquí, lingüística aplicada, lenguas, traducción, ciencias, comunicación, etc. Todo el mundo que esté interesado en lengua, en los lenguajes, en algo que pueda estar relacionado con la lexicografía. Y el único, este es el requisito básico, y el otro requisito que tenemos es un requisito de lenguas. Se requiere un B1 de una lengua y un B2 de otra. Da igual cuál sea. Inglés y alemán. Es decir, puede un alumno tener un nivel B2 o C1 de inglés y un nivel algo más bajo de alemán. Perfecto. En otros países donde el alemán o determinados alumnos pues es al revés, ¿no? Tienen más conocimiento de alemán y menos de inglés. No sé si ustedes conocen que en Europa tenemos esta definición, tenemos un marco común de referencia de las lenguas que tiene los niveles avanzados a los niveles básicos a 1 y 2, niveles intermedios de 1, B2 y avanzados de 2. Bueno, pues pedimos el intermedio alto para una de las lenguas y el intermedio bajo. Como mínimo, por tanto, una capacidad comprensiva, ¿no? Una capacidad comprensiva en ambos idiomas. ¿Por qué? Porque el alemán, dentro de este máster, por sus orígenes, por las universidades que participan, tiene un peso. No es el peso principal, pero tiene un peso. Bien. ¿Cuándo aplicar? Bueno, casi se puede aplicar todo el año, en teoría, pero la verdad, la práctica no es así. Hay un único ingreso, siempre en el otoño europeo, en septiembre la mayoría, pero hay algunas universidades que no empiezan hasta octubre, y el periodo de aplicación abre generalmente a finales de noviembre y cierra, en teoría, en julio. Pero en julio para ustedes no sirve. ¿Por qué? Pero los estudiantes que no procedan de la Unión Europea, obviamente por una cuestión de visado y de organización, como no hayan solicitado hasta finales de abril, no tienen visado, no pueden sacar el boleto, no pueden... Hay unas cuestiones lógicas. Y además, y eso también es fundamental, como he dicho, este magíster tiene un programa de becas, que es el que financia la Unión Europea, y para solicitar estas becas, porque el proceso de selección ocupa su tiempo para la selección y luego para la administración de estas becas, este plazo se cierra a principios de febrero. Es decir, que el alumno normalmente intentará primero aplicar a una beca y si no consigue la beca, se planteará si va igualmente. Eso sería lo lógico, lo que la mayoría de los alumnos han hecho. Otros alumnos dicen, si no es con beca, no puedo ir, pues ya está. Pero si no, hay un texto. Y eso sí que hay primeros de febrero se termina, se cierra el plazo, pero eso aparece en todas nuestras convocatorias, todas nuestras publicidades, ya se dice, principios de febrero. Y luego, a principios de febrero, si ustedes van ahora a la página web, dirán, pueden ustedes, ya solamente está abierto el plazo de matrícula para los que no opten a beca. Bueno, ahora es lo que pone en la web. O sea, sigue abierto el plazo, pero no para aspirantes a beca. El sistema de aplicación es muy sencillo. son formularios son cosas muy básicas. Un pequeño formulario sin solicitud, nombre, dirección, teléfono, correo electrónico, una carta de motivación. Oiga, pues me gusta este programa porque tal. Los títulos universitarios. Mire, yo soy graduado, muy licenciado, lógico, expediente académico, mis notas. Los certificados de idiomas, ya que pido idiomas, tengo que presentar certificados, currículum, pues si hay alguna cosa, elemento adicional que decir, pues no tengo mucho currículum, pero he trabajado 3 años en una editorial haciendo diccionarios. Bueno, pues por ejemplo, esto ya llama la atención, ¿no? En este tipo de programas. Y obviamente pasaporte o un documento de identidad. Y para que vean ustedes que eso es cierto, les he sacado una captura de pantalla de la web donde se hace la aplicación. Y son exactamente estos documentos en este orden. Se suben, se pincha aquí abajo en Submit y ya está. Bien, vamos con los costes. Como he dicho, el programa tiene... la Unión Europea concede un programa de becas a este programa de magíster. Y esto redunda en una beca que son unos 1.400 euros mes por un máximo de 24 meses, en función de los meses que realmente esté el alumno allí. Eso es interesante, pero bueno, el salario mínimo anda por ahí o está bastante por encima en algunos de los países. Pero bueno, para un estudiante puede vivir en la mayoría de los países con ello bien. Y tiene la ventaja de que todo lo demás no tiene costes. Oiga, pues es una actividad adicional, tasas académicas, seguro médico, expedición de diplomas, todo esto de aquí abajo, nada, usted no se tiene que preocupar. De hecho, también los alumnos que no puedan acceder a una beca, porque el número de becas es limitado, hay 18, 20 todos los años, bueno, pues el programa les puede ayudar y lo llama el Benefit Package. El Benefit Package no es beneficencia, pero sí consiste en que se ayuda bastante. Por ejemplo, toda esta parte de aquí también la asume el programa, en tanto de su financiación propia, que no es mucha, pero bueno, asume los seguros, asume los diplomas, y asume que también los alumnos que no tengan una beca pues, pueden participar gratuitamente en estas actividades, ¿no? Por ejemplo. Pero también, obviamente, un alumno que no tenga una beca de este programa puede acceder a becas externas. Oiga, pues yo tengo una institución, un banco, una fundación de no sé qué, que da una beca, entonces, pues, que a lo mejor no es una beca tan interesante, pero me ayuda a mí a sobrevivir bien. Usted puede tener acceso a todas estas becas, cosa que otro becario, digamos, de la Unión Europea, obviamente está prohibido. No puede tener una doble, si tiene esta beca, no puede tener otra. Y lo mismo vale para el trabajo estudiantil remunerado. De vez en cuando pues existe la posibilidad de, mira, ahora bien tendríamos que hacer ese trabajo, o hay aquí una cosa para hacer y podríamos soltar por aquí pues, un pequeño dinero que para un estudiante, pues unos 500 euros al mes, o yo qué sé, 400 o 600, no sé. Depende un poco del trabajo, quizás después del semestre, quizás de tal. Siempre o muchas veces en las universidades pues hay oportunidades de estas, un proyecto de investigación, tal. Y estos alumnos pueden asumir trabajos de este tipo y de esta manera ayudar a financiarse, ¿no? Pero ya ven ustedes que las tasas académicas no son muy altas. No estamos hablando de niveles de Estados Unidos o de Inglaterra, ¿no? Donde verían ustedes estos importes más bien duplicados por cada semestre, ¿no? Aquí estamos hablando de entre 2.000 y 4.000 euros en total para los 2 años. En total para los 2 años. Un poco en función de la universidad en la que esté. Y nada más, encontrarán ustedes aquí más información. más, pues ya les dejo con mis compañeras que les van a dar más información, un poco más de vivencias propias y de oportunidades, que ofrece este programa más allá de su experiencia. Les esperamos.
Thank you, Victor. Next, Professor Martin Anil, Director of the Program at the University of Roma III, will speak about grant opportunities and other practical evidence of the program.
So on the program, we have written that opportunities and summer school and some other words. I slightly changed the title. As you can see, we are still talking about opportunities, study, practical experience, research, culture, and networking. So this means that I won't be focusing especially on the summer school, as it was written on the program. Instead, my intention is to discuss opportunities that go a little bit beyond the program. Okay, I will try. Yeah. So this means especially the link between the study program and the practice, or also the job market. And this is an official, this is our promotion text also. I want to read it because Victor already had talked about all the fields, the related fields, but I want to make clear that this is the program. Our graduates will be able to work either as lexicographers at a publishing company or as academic lexicographers in all fields of lexicography, ranging from the construction of printed and online dictionaries to specific lexicographical tasks, through the technical realization of lexicographic software and information systems. But I think that an important point is that they also can find employment in related fields such as data management, information systems, communication services, terminology, language education, research, translation, and cross-cultural communication. Yeah, we know here is still written, printed, oh no, sorry. Yeah. Printed dictionaries, yeah, we know that a lot of students don't use anymore a printed dictionary. They don't buy a dictionary. Yeah? So now also in the program, we changed a little bit. We went to the future, and now we are more talking about AI, but NLP, but also online dictionaries. Yeah, it's still lexicography, but also a lot of other fields. So here are some regular internships, as Victor already told, between the second and the third semester. We have, it's obligatory, the internship for up to 3 months. You can, do the internship during the summer period between the second and the third semester, or you can do it also during the semester. Depends on where you are going. Here are only some examples of publishing houses or academies, and also universities have some internship, the possibilities for internship. Normally the internship is in person, but we have also, for example, this one, yes. We have also online internships, but we think the most important thing is to be in person at a publishing house or editor to know more about really the concrete work. So you can see there are a lot, the Real Academia Galega, this is a publishing house in South Africa. I think perhaps you know Pons, and Duden is a German publishing house. The EDS is the German Academy for Language. Langenscheidt, perhaps you know it, and this is the Italian publishing house, and also we have also internships at the European Parliament. These are only some examples. We have a lot of more, and you can have a look on the website. The network is also very important between the colleagues, and we often get some, this is an example from Dora, our colleague. We have a lot of extraordinary internships and job offers, So, for example, Dora here, she wrote, oh, sorry. It's so near she wrote us an email, and then we can send to the students or to all the colleagues to how do you say, to send it to the interested people or students if we have some specific new internships. And this is normally we have also the new internship opportunities on the website. You can also check it there. And we'll show you another example. This is an email I got, and then we distributed it in the whole EMLEX family, I want to say. And for example, also junior researcher positions. And you can see here, it's in NLP. It's not, but this is also interesting for the students. And this is a job offer in Italy at the European Research Institute in Bozen. So this is also only an extract of the website, so you can check for more opportunities also there. It's not about only internships, the link between academia and practice, or between study and job, but we organize outside, or the regular program, we organize also a lot of workshops at different kind of universities. Sometimes it's specific for the students of one university, but sometimes it's also like a Hackfest. It's an experience which students from Braga, from Portugal, have together with the students of Santiago de Compostela. It's not so far away, so they meet and they do this activity together. And this means the students work practically on lexicography. They use all the knowledge they have already studied. This is another kind of workshop. This was now in Santiago, and you can see it. And the title, you see it also there. I think it's obvious to talk about artificial intelligence, and so we have also workshops which are discussing dictionaries in the time of artificial intelligence. We had in 2023 a workshop about lexicography and culture, because the idea was we have so many students from different kind of languages and different countries and different cultures. And normally we talk about in the break, or if we have lunch together, we talk about differences in cultures or similarities. And we said, okay, let's talk about it and perhaps create some more lexicographical work on culture. And so you can see that this is an example. We were talking about how is, for example, coffee in how do you make coffee, how do you drink coffee, what is linked with coffee drinking. In this case, in Armenia, we had a student, we had a student of Armenia, and she explained us how it works, coffee drinking, coffee making in Armenia. And another example was a student of Kazakhstan. She explained us a word, Ayla Lion. So she explained the word, and she explained us where does it come from, the word, and what does it mean, and what is the tradition behind. Or another example is from an American student. He explained the word homecoming. So these are like a specific cultural bound items which are difficult to translate, or we don't have a translation in another language. And with these words, we can explain a lot of things of the culture. And so we had this workshop. This is an example of a student of Côte d'Ivoire. He explained this kento, this type of, you can see it a little bit with a photo of fabric. And so we thought we can perhaps organize, like a dictionary, cultural dictionary. And now we are working with a student on this cultural dictionary. Another opportunity for the students are the career days. We have universities, or in, like not every year, but every 2 years nearly, we organize the career days. And you can see it here, the last career day was in Budapest, in Hungary. And we held this career day. Yeah, it is important to connect students and professionals in language technology and publishing. We had also some years ago career day also in Santiago de Compostela. Another opportunity for students, but also for colleagues, for everybody who is involved in the program, are the dictionary days. The dictionary days are normally organized at the beginning of December in every university, in every consortium university, and also at some of the, or I don't know if everybody participates, but also at the associated member universities. And here you can see this is a program from our colleague in Milan, in Italy. Even if my university is in Rome, we work also together with other universities, with other colleagues, and she, our colleague in Milan, she's also involved in a module. She's also teaching in the summer term, and so she's also organizing, every year she organizes a dictionary day. Now it's like 2 days because the program is quite a lot. Yeah, we have the EMLEX colloquium. We have it here tomorrow, but every year we have in another university have the colloquium. This is an opportunity also for students to work together with colleagues, yeah, with the professors. So it happens that students are giving a presentation with their professors, and they publish also together. And this is, I think, really a good opportunity in this program to already to go, to make research, authentic research, not only to do as it would be, but they really do research with the colleagues, and then also they publish. This is another opportunities also to go to the different kind of or types of lexicographical conferences. Like here, the ILCL. We went, for example, also with the students to the ILCL conference, but students and professors gave also presentations, for example, at the EURELEX in Mannheim, in Germany, in 2022. Also, my colleague from Rome, he gave a presentation in the ILCL with some students, and in Shanghai. And also one of our colleagues in Georgia, she organizes also every 2 years, she organizes a lexicographical conference, and students have the possibility and will also be financed to give a presentation at these conferences. So this is everything outside the regular or beyond the regular program. Yeah? And here only 2 examples. You can have a look at the website of Santiago, or the website of EMLEX. You will see a lot of publications with colleagues. For example, here we have the colleague Eva Büschi, and these are names of the students. Yeah? And this is, for example, also an example for publication with students about the culture-bound items. Yeah, linking between also teaching and leisure time, or politics, or about life. It could happen inside and outside the classroom. Yeah, so it's not only lexicography, but we are talking a lot about also culture and inside outside the classroom. Here are some pictures, and you can see some of our colleagues here with the students. And we normally at the universities, we try to link also to the students of the home universities. This is an example when we organized the summer term in Rome in 2019. I asked my Italian students to come in the break once a week and to explain something about Italian culture. Yeah? And so they linked, the EMLEX students linked to the Italian students, and then now I know that there are a lot of friendships now, still friendships going on, and they still meet and they still meet. One point we didn't really talk about is that you have also the possibility to learn other languages. Not only the language where the German or English, but you can also learn when you stay in Italy, you can have Italian classes, but also we try to prepare the student for the summer term, for the language in the summer term. Now, in this moment, we have a summer term in France, and students in the first semester, they have the possibility to learn also some words or basics for French. Last but not least, culture is hands-on. Yeah. So it means really hands-on. So we organize also, for example, in Rome, the Italian cooking class with the spaghetti alla chitarra. And this means also know more about culture in the countries where you study. And this is another opportunity. This is an example of the summer term in Rome 2019. You can see we had 20 students, but then we really counted it. We had in this semester 32 languages in the classroom. And I think this is really an opportunity to get more about, or to know more about other cultures, other languages. And I think it's important also for the intercultural competence to learn that. Already 8 years passed from the last summer term in Rome, and we will organize also the next summer term next year. And we didn't really talk about the modules, but here you can see the topics. Yeah. So, sorry, Meta Lexicography, History of Lexicography, Modeling and Representing Data in Digital Lexicography, Research into Dictionary Use, Special Field Lexicography and Terminology, Computational Lexicography, Dictionaries and Translation, Lexicology, Dictionary Planning and Production, Learner Lexicography. This means in one semester we teach all these modules, but students have the possibility to choose, to select 6 of the modules. Yeah? Because this is, we normally encourage students to attend all the modules because they are all interesting, but you can choose where to get the grades. Yeah? You don't have to do the exams in all the modules, but they are interesting. All the modules are interesting. Okay, these are some of the opportunities beyond, and what is perhaps important to know that in the summer term we offer the modules also at the summer school. So people also from outside can attend one of the modules or 2 or more, and they have to pay. Yeah, but it's also possible to attend the modules from outside. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have questions, please ask later.
Next, Mr. Luque Akinremi, former student of the program and now manager of EMLEX in Santiago de Compostela, will speak about his experiences as a student in the master and probably other topics that he wants to talk about. So, Luke, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to share my screen.
Now we can see.
Good. Can you see my screen? Good.
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everybody. Happy to be able to join you. I would have loved to be there in person, but well, for reasons beyond my control, I cannot. And well, I was a student in this program between 2021 and 2023, and I will be talking to you about, the program from my perspective as a former student. And I will just start with a brief introduction about myself. I actually studied French and German in Nigeria, and then I applied for this master's program, and currently I'm doing a PhD in linguistics with focus on bilingual lexicography at the University of Santiago de Compostela in Spain. And well, I work mostly with Yoruba and English dictionaries, and also I'm interested in under-resourced languages and minoritized languages. Why I chose EMLEX? Actually, after I graduated, I was working as a German language teacher, and I I was in that role for a few years, and I figured I knew quite a number of languages, but I was working primarily. I wanted to do something that could allow me apply my language skills from different languages, into doing something else, applying my skills to something else. So I always had interest in dictionaries and digital language tools. I used to use dictionaries a lot formally when I was learning or studying in the university, and also when I was teaching, and I had to rely on language tools all the time. So I was always fascinated about doing something, or trying to create something apart from just, using these tools from the general user perspective. So I came across this program through the Erasmus Mundus catalog. I was looking for language-related or linguistic-related courses, and then this one caught my attention. I applied for it also because a former student, an alumnus of the program, recommended it, and the recommendation was so strong and so convincing, and I thought, okay, I should definitely give it a shot, which I did, and I think it turned out very well, honestly speaking. At the time of applying, I was interested in things like Nigerian English neologisms and dictionary use in language learning. I was interested in neologisms because at some point I realized that in the Oxford English Dictionary, some words of Nigerian origin were being adopted. And I couldn't really understand why certain words were being included in the dictionary and other words were not included. So I really found this fascinating. And when I applied, that was part of the things I mentioned in my motivation letter, for example. As I continued studying lexicography, I picked up other interests, including bilingual lexicography, which is what I'm working primarily with now. When I started my EMLEX journey, I started in Santiago de Compostela, which incidentally is also where I am right now. Maybe I fell in love with this city so much and I decided not to leave anymore. So I started here, and in the first semester, and already I think Victor has talked about this, the students always spend the second semester together in another partner university. So in that year, that was 2022, the summer semester was organized in Braga and in Portugal, and it was a very wonderful time. I think for me at that time, it was my most interesting semester, probably because all the students from all member universities were there. So it was really engaging, and it was a very rich experience. Then after that, I spent, should I say, that summer doing an internship at Duden. Duden is a publishing house in Berlin. They make German dictionaries and a lot of learning materials, grammar books, and actually they have a wide spectrum of materials that they create, but they are mostly known for their German dictionaries, including the orthography dictionary, the Rechtschreibung, and the general dictionary. Thereafter, I spent a semester in Erlangen, and that also happened to be a semester that has had a big influence on me, because it was in Erlangen that I took a course in bilingual lexicography, which is what I'm working with right now in my PhD. So I think ultimately, the variety of universities and meeting different professors with different areas of expertise, it's really very, very beneficial, because you get to really explore more areas and find out what you are really interested in along the line. I returned to Santiago in the final semester and wrote my master's thesis, also on a bilingual dictionary. It was a dictionary review of one of the most successful Yoruba English dictionaries of all time, so to speak. So I think my screen is stuck. Okay. Generally, like Martina has mentioned, there are so many courses that you get to attend or study during the program, and some of them may be more interesting for some people. I found almost everything very interesting, but some of them, stood out for me in particular. And I would say for me, one of the courses that stood out the most was meta-lexicography. It deals with lexicography from a very theoretical perspective. It gives you a good background to work with. And I think maybe if you have a good understanding of meta-lexicography, a lot of things will make sense. And you can maybe also attack many issues from a good or well-grounded theoretical position. I also found bilingual lexicography very interesting. Dictionary use research, dictionary planning and production. This is a course in the second semester, and I think ultimately for maybe most people who want to do some dictionary projects along the line or in the future, they will probably find this very useful. Computational lexicography was also prominent. I think this was very interesting because in Santiago, we already had a course for a programming course for linguists in Python. Then in Braga, we also had computational lexicography. We worked with so many tools, including Sketch Engine, and we learned web scraping, how to build a corpus, and so on. And after that, we had a workshop on R. And in Santiago, we had another course on statistics for linguists. So there are so many options. There are other universities that offer other courses in these areas also. So, but I speak about Santiago more because that was where I spent most of my time. So there are other practical skills, like I mentioned already, introduction to Python, programming, statistics, and you learn corpus query, corpus analysis. One interesting experience for me in particular was the internship. There are many companies, many institutions that students usually spend their third semester or part of their third semester in, where they do their internships and gain professional experience. In my case, that was at Duden, and it was a very interesting experience for me because first of all, it's a very well-known and well-established publishing house. And for me, it was really fascinating getting to meet the lexicographers who made the dictionaries that I used when I was learning German as a student. So getting to work with some of them was really interesting. You could learn a lot from this practical part of the program. In my case, some of the things I worked on there was corpus research and analysis. I also worked on some of the dictionary projects, including the Kinderwörterbuch, which is a children's dictionary, Aussprachewörterbuch, and later on the Fremdwörterbuch. This Fremdwörterbuch program actually was after I had finished my internship and returned to Santiago, and I think I was probably done with my master's thesis, but I had not defended. And they were working on this project, and at the time, the head of the editorial contacted me and told me that they were working on this project and asked me if I was interested to, participate in it. And of course, I was very interested. And that was also a very interesting project for me. So something I picked from there is that it's the internship is also an opportunity to build your network with professionals and possibly maybe get opportunities after you graduate, because some people have been able to secure employment with their former internship centers. So this is something I find very useful. And beyond lexicography, while I was there, I got to see the business side of a publishing house. The language materials they were making, they had this Dudun Mentor. It was an online tool for to check your writing and to improve your writing. They had some other tasks that I participated in, including market research analysis, user studies, clients interaction, this kind of things that can be real life experience preparing you for the professional side of things after your studies. This is a picture I took. We had a team building trip to Weimar, and we took this picture there in the city of Weimar. And generally, it was a very interesting experience with them. I also found the common semester to be very interesting. It's the semester where all the students are together in one university, and it's a good opportunity to collaborate, interact with students from all over the world, because it's a very international group. It's a good opportunity for cultural exchange, to build networks, new friendships, and so on. And it was a very lively and interesting academic environment. There were so many extracurricular activities that we participated in Portugal that year. We were everywhere. We were doing we were learning and we were having fun. So this program is not only about what you can do in the classroom. You also you can have a lot of very enriching experiences outside of the classroom. Some of the opportunities that I've been able to get through this program. Well, now I'm doing my PhD. Of course, to be eligible for a PhD in my university, you have to have completed your master's degree. So this master's degree enabled me to enroll in the PhD program in linguistics at the University of Santiago de Compostela. And it has also helped me to build my network and meet a lot of researchers and participate in many projects, including with Dudun and also Potlex. And now I'm also part of some research groups in Santiago, such as the ESMAS project, and newly I've joined the Humboldt research group in this university. And I'm also currently working as the program manager for EMLEX. So just a few of the opportunities that I've been able to access through this program. Why students should apply for this program, or why South American students should apply for this program? There is a chance that you could get a fully funded Erasmus Mundus scholarship to study in Europe. You could also study in multiple universities. In fact, this is a requirement in the program. You actually have to study at several universities, and you get a very strong academic training and also practical training. Many of the lecturers in this program are professionals as well. Sometimes we have people who have actually worked on real dictionaries, successful dictionaries, so they can share with you real life knowledge in this field. And there are people who have also worked in other linguistic projects, you know, and it's a very rich experience. You build your international network, and there are many career and research opportunities thereafter. Thank you very much for your time and for listening. And I think we have the question and answer session now, but also if you would like to ask questions directly later on, you can reach me through this email. I work as the program manager, so it's also my job to answer inquiries. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ruben. We give the floor to the public now for a round of comments or any questions that you want to ask. I invite you to make all the questions that you want in English, in Spanish. Please go ahead, it's your opportunity. Feel free to ask and to make some comment or ask practical questions or curiosities that you want to know. Please go ahead. Yes. Como quieras, como quieras.
¿Cómo funciona el tema del alojamiento en la beca? ¿Uno tiene que buscar por su propia cuenta o la universidad tiene como, no sé si tiene como contornos como la universidad americana?
Víctor? Sí.
Bueno, you correct me if I say something wrong. Normalmente, a ver, en Europa, como que hay el programa de Erasmus que fomenta la movilidad de los estudiantes de un país a otro por un semestre, por 2 semestres. Existen todas unas oficinas y todos unos sistemas de recibir a estudiantes extranjeros e informarles de las posibilidades que hay. La mayoría de las universidades, yo diría que todas las universidades europeas tienen sistemas de residencias, pero hay también ciudades en las que incluso es más fácil o más económico, depende de la ciudad, pues compartir un alojamiento con otros. Claro, el primer semestre uno es nuevo, no conoce a nadie, entonces va a las cosas más fáciles. El segundo semestre uno ya ha tejido redes, ya hay, claro, sobre todo en el tercero. Tú vas ahí, yo voy ahí, yo he encontrado en casa de un amigo, puedo encontrar. No, o sea, a ver, hay que trabajarlo, hay que hacerlo, pero hay información, apoyo y redes, luego también entre. Hay las 3 cosas. No suele, no se nos ha quedado nadie en la calle hasta.
¿Qué recomendaciones harían para prepararse para postular al programa? Si bien ya mencionaron que hay que tener 2 certificaciones en 2 idiomas distintos, ¿qué otra cosa podríamos empezar a ya inculcar desde ahora nosotros para postular para el próximo año?
I'd rather translate this question.
Translate first. I'm not sure if I understood well.
Yeah, she has.
I don't speak Spanish, but
I can't translate.
No.
Go ahead. You can ask the
So my
question.
community is, how can we prepare ourselves to try to get in the next year? Because, for example, I have the C1 certificate in English, but I don't speak German. So and now I know that I have to learn German.
Yes.
What else can I study in the meantime? I am studying German to get well prepared to go to your program. What can I do?
Okay. Yeah. Please answer first, and then.
Okay, you're correct. Good. First, study German. Yes. Besides studying German, maybe you can find another project like doing an internship, working in some place that could be related with it. So adding things to your curriculum that in some way shows your interest for lexicography and in some way shows a little bit of experience and seriosity. Like Yvonne, maybe you correct me, but put yourself on the side of, on our side, yeah? We get 140 applications. So you look through the curriculum, and whenever a student has something else, that a bachelor diploma or a graduate or a basic diploma, and now applying for master, whatever else the student has immediately comes up, because students don't have a long curriculum. They have naturally short curricula. So whatever you do, that adds practical job,
research,
special course, additional course, publication, whatever adds to this curriculum will immediately be highlighted in your curriculum. I think, but is this right?
It is.
Okay.
You have to try to stand out.
I mean, I'm asking because I worked with Fernando Moncada a couple years ago. He's a linguistics professor. So obviously, like, I'm getting the track, but I want to know what can I do to have a better base. So in the moment I get into the program, I already cover some things that I might have doubts. That's my passion, because I know that I have to stand out. So you choose me to go to your program, obviously.
Yeah.
But like usually when you start a new program, you have some doubts that maybe are related to basic things that you sometimes forget, because that happens. So what things can I do, like, to keep my mind on track related to them?
Show this interest. Show that you are focused on this work, and you are prepared. You want to go further. You have interests beyond this program, and where you can see, oh wow, this student has fundamental knowledge in lexicography, good preparation, and an interest, because she also made this. She especially studied German, and she already is talking about something she wants to do afterwards. This is immediately one of those, I would say, it's one of those applications you put on the. We have to look closer to it, yeah, and that's the first thing I.
It could be also a project. If, for example, we have students from Africa, and they try to explain that they want to, how do you say, conservieren, to preserve their language, also something like spoken language, yeah, and they don't want that this language dies, yeah, but they want to document the language. And so some of these students, they explain that my motivation for this, I want to know all the theoretical and practical knowledge, then to become lexicographer, to do this kind of dictionary to preserve my language. Yeah. This could be, I think the motivation letter is really important, but now we have a problem with the artificial intelligence, yeah? Because motivation letter could be written also with ChatGPT. Yeah? So this is a challenge also for us.
If I may add,
yes.
So motivation letters written by ChatGPT stand up, but not in a very good way. So you shouldn't rely on ChatGPT to write your
Yeah, my advice is, if you have knowledge in informatics or HTML or XML, so this is the future of lexicography. And one idea, if you have the possibility to travel to Europe this year in the summer term, and you attend the summer school, maybe an A module which is only given in English, then you can breathe the air of EMLEX, because you will be 1 week there and get an A module and get a certificate. Then it is very fast, I know, but it is a possibility for all of you to see how the EMLEX family is working, how the students look, just explain it, how the students are together. This would be a step. You need to pay the travel to Europe. That is the only thing. You have to pay a little bit for the summer course. It's not very much. This could be a possibility. You have to say, oh, this is wonderful.
Thank you. Sabela?
Yes, I was saying that according to what you said, you are involved in, you're working with Fernando Moncada in his research project.
I won't.
Okay, so because here undergraduate students are normally invited to work into research projects led by scholars. So I think that can also be a good experience, no? I mean, having experience working in a research team and having some participation in conferences or maybe joint publications, I think this is also very outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's something that maybe other students from Europe are not don't usually get to have that experience.
Not before a master.
Not before the masters. Here, it's quite common that undergraduate students already join research teams. So that's something outstanding.
And yes, something that, in my opinion, you have strong in your curriculum is that Fernando Moncada is doing experimental research. So experimental research is very interesting for lexicography because at the end of the day, it's a text that needs to be understood. And Fernando works with comprehension processes. So what you can offer to the program is, I work in a project with experimental linguistics, and I know how to run a lab, which is, it's not necessarily your case, it's only an example.
No,
But here we have a lab of cognition, and there are very, very sophisticated tools for experimental linguistics, like the EA tracker, the electroencephalogram, etc. So this you should add it to your letter. Okay. I think you should be optimistic. If you are being very prudent, that's okay, but you should be optimistic because you have many things that you don't know that you have.
Yeah, my question is just I want to be well prepared.
Very responsible. I'm not surprised.
We were talking also about the German language. It's a bilingual program, so it means you have to know if you know English on a B2 level or C1 or C2 level, so at least you have to know German language on a B1 level. But this doesn't mean that later you have to work with German or something like that. It's a requirement still for the lessons, because some of our teachers are, as me, for example, I teach, we have with Dora a module in the summer term. Half of the module she is teaching in English and the half of the module I'm teaching in German. So it's necessary to understand the language. Yeah? You don't have to write then the master's thesis in German. Yeah? So you can choose between English or German, but you have to understand the language. So I think this is, and you need a certificate. You don't, if I understood well, in this university, you don't study the German language. So not automatically you will have a certificate. So this means you need a certificate in German language, but you don't have to go to the Goethe Institute or, you have to know that. But we have a colleague here from the DAD, from the German Exchange Service in Santiago de Chile, Ursula Hemming. And for example, the lecturers of the DAD, every year they do it's called onset exam. It's an exam which the DAD is organizing for students who want to have a certificate in German. Yeah, this is, I think, also important that your teachers, they will give you the contact if you then need the certificate. Yeah, you can study wherever you want, however you want, with Duolingo first, and then I don't know, you can do online courses or what else, but then you need the certificate. Yeah.
So, sorry, this is important. If I'm not mistaken, in February 2026, grants were closed. So now you cannot apply for this year. you have to prepare across 2026. So it's in my opinion, this is great, because it means that you have time for studying German, which is a very interesting and beautiful language, especially for translators, because most of you are translators. So imagine in the worst case scenario that you don't get the grant for the master, okay, but you already can speak German. So this is fabulous, in my opinion.
Yes.
This is a win-win situation. But I want to say something else. Probably you know that there is a German program here at the university with a DAT teacher here. So it's cheaper for the students. So it's quite affordable. And you can pass this exam that Martina was talking about. There are all the situation is very positive to learn German here at the university. You have everything. The teacher is very strict.
Very German.
Yeah. Yes, Vale. It's called Vale. Programa de Alemán. And they also do some social activities. They go for dinner to a German pub, etc. So it's also fun. And I don't know. I think it was trying.
It's also possible. We had, for example, students. Sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to. Yes, thank you. I just wanted to add that the deadline that passed in February is for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship application. So if someone still wants to apply now as a self-funded student, they can apply.
Yeah, but I guess you don't want to apply as self-pay. You understand this.
The first choice is application.
It's okay.
But it also happened that students, for example, in February, when they send everything to the website, they could send a certificate, a language certificate, also in April or May, if they were not ready. Yeah, but you have to mention it and say, okay, the next exam is only in April, and I can do the exam in April or a certificate. So this is valid too. Yeah, it's not a problem. You only have to tell it that you on February you don't have you didn't give this exam or the language certificate.
We actually ran this year short language interviews. So connecting online with the student, with two evaluators, just to show how they manage. Two questions in English, 2 questions in German. Of course, the levels were different, but you immediately see whether this student is capable of understanding your languages or not. And it helps a lot to discriminate. It helps a lot. So it's not a content interview, it's simply asking a couple of questions, see how you answer, see how you're connecting sentences, and it's
I have one question, because in the application process you don't have interviews. Only these linguistic interviews.
only this.
Okay.
Which is new.
Which is new. Okay. Because
Yeah.
Any more questions, please? Yeah.
Cuando estaba dando la presentación, creo que se podía aprender otro idioma, o sea, por ejemplo, italiano. O otro idioma, eso sería aparte del, como un costo extra, o es parte del máster.
Usually it's language courses which you take during the master program are usually free, because or they have a very low cost, because they're usually language courses of the university, offered by the university. All our universities have either German programs in the faculty, or they have a language school, specific language school where you can prepare this. So it's specifically thought about, and it should either be free or very, very
Normally it's free.
Normally it's
Normally it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
usually free.
For the EMLEX students, it's free.
Especially if we know that this is the language of the summer term, of the summer program, when it all come together. Of course, we are all interested in help you with your Italian or with your, but I don't know if Hungarian.
We actually offer a basic course in Hungarian for students.
And also,
They will be able to have
and also once you are there, I mean, again, Europe, the great success, academic success program in Europe is Erasmus. Erasmus means I go from my university, I go to another university, another country, study 1, better 2 semesters there. And so every year, my university receives hundreds, 600, 700 students from all over Europe. And they have to learn language, so I have language courses for them. They need residents, so I have this organized. They need paperwork, so it's organized. So Europe has a big experience in mobility of students. So you will be part of this program. So you will profit from this organization. There's international offices, there big international offices where all these students come in master. And of course, you will be Erasmus Mundus master, which is a higher level. But still, the whole universities are prepared for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add one thing. You saw the diploma you would get for Victor Millet, yeah? And I want to stress the high value of this joint master degree, because it's not clear for everyone what this means. It means that you get a diploma in Germany, in Spain, in Portugal, in Italy, in France, in Hungary,
Georgia.
in Georgia, and I forgot, no, it's in Georgia. So it is a degree of 7 countries, and you are allowed to use this diploma to ask for a job in those countries. Normally you get a master, let's say in Germany, then you want to work in Spain. So you go with your master to Spain and they have to accept it because it's come from Germany. But a joint master means that it is the same. As you will finish your study program maybe in Spain, but it is valid also in France and in Hungary. And that is very, very important because it puts up your flexibility if you want to work in Europe. If you have the idea to come to Europe, you not have Germany or Spain or the whole Europe. In Sweden, you have problems because they have to accept this, and you have 7 countries of your choice. It is very important. It's a high volume, it's a high value. And one more thing, we also promoted the Lexicography in Buenos Aires in the past, and in Brazil, in Portugal. So I want to add, it's not against Chile, so Chile is new for us, and we are happy with this. But South America was part of our promotion.
More questions, please? Yes?
Is there a time limit to apply for the EMLEX? Because I graduated from the English pedagogy program like a year or so, and I wonder if there is maybe a time limit after you graduate from the program to apply and get all the benefits.
No,
Absolutely not.
no.
Again, it is a question of what have you done? in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, if in between you have been hanging around the street, there will be a gap in your curriculum. Yeah, but if in between you have been working, so you have experience, you have been studying, you have been doing things related with this. This is absolutely positive. Yeah.
Or there are also applicants who already have a master and they want to do the EMLEX master as a second master. This is also positive, yeah, or
applicants who have done a career in the job and want to change their career, their lives. So we have seen many things, very interesting. Yeah, really, it's really interesting.
More questions, guys?
I have one question.
Yes.
Well, I'm currently writing my undergraduate thesis on the creation of a glossary.
Yeah.
So I wonder, what is it that people do when they write their thesis, for example, after they're finishing their masters? Do they usually do similar stuff or do other kinds of research?
When they finish the master?
Yeah, for their thesis, to finish the master's. Do they
Okay.
do glossaries, like practical
Okay.
creation of dictionaries or other kinds of research as well? Like what is more common?
So it would be something like what the thesis is about in the master's.
What are the topics
Yeah.
of the
Topics.
PhD thesis?
I have to
Please
ask
answer.
Luc if we have on the website, once we collected all the titles, all the topics of the master thesis, do we have that on the website? Luc?
Sorry, you are asking if we have all the modules on the website.
Oh, if we have the topics of the master thesis on the website, because we collected the topics once.
I will have to check that.
A list of the titles of
Yeah,
the.
but normally it depends on you, it depends a little bit on your interest. It depends also a little bit on the professors at your home university. But normally there's, I would say, no limit for the topic. You can choose a topic. Yeah. And normally, for example, it happens that a student wants to write about a topic and I'm not the expert in Rome. So this means that the second supervisor has to be the expert of the EMLEX. So we ask one of our colleagues if they can be the supervisor and check better than, because you have to write the master thesis with one of the professors of your home university, but they are not every time the expert of the topic. So but it's not a limit. We only need a second supervisor.
I must correct you. In our university, you do not have to be a professor to supervise it.
Or professor,
You can
teacher.
have a PhD.
Yeah, a teacher.
So it can be a lecturer.
Okay.
We have a list on the website of universities and the thesis topics and the supervisors.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So there is a list.
Yeah, on the, so you can.
Topics and supervisors. ¿Quién ha llevado qué trabajo?
On the website.
And we have to explain this. If you attend the program, you make a priority list, which university you want to be at the first and the last semester. So, and you can check the website, which are main subjects in the different universities. Because not every university has every subject which is part of the study program. So maybe if you have interest in computational lexicography, you would go to the website and see that Yvonne from Colonis from C is a specialist. And then you will decide, okay, my first priority is non-C because I want to do my thesis in computational lexicography. This could happen, it must not happen, because your priority depends on the other priorities. Maybe we distribute the students in the same numbers to all the universities. So this means that the chance is better with you. And you can see that Hildesheim is also main subject is computation. So you would take in the non-C first, Hildesheim second. And then the chance would be very good for you that you would at the end write master's thesis with computation. So that's the procedure. It's not a guarantee for you. It can influence the way you go.
It doesn't have to be a practical implementation of something. It can always be meta-lexicography. It can always be work on the theory. So it's
Also
no interest.
empirical research.
Empirical research.
There's a coffee waiting for us in the 7th floor. So I would invite you all to come to the 7th floor and continue talking and asking questions. Okay. Oh, thank you very much to the public that was listening online. Thank you very much, Luque, for your help and for your participation. And any questions? The email is in the master's webpage.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody. Let's go.
Bye.
They want to take a picture.
La siguiente. Ahí, ¿no?
Y luego nos puedes hacer una sheet of Oh, I think I saw the entrance of the university. Okay. Is it sometimes? I think it's
Vale, muchas gracias.